In this video, we're going to be talking about running multiple containers, but not like at the same time. We are still going to be doing it through the command line without making use of the compose. And or doing it using compose is going to be the next video. So again, the bigger applications, they always make sense, like dividing the task into multiple containers. But even for the smaller applications, when you have an application talking to a MySQL database, you can actually, what you can do is like you can divide the application by like in multiple containers. One container has the app, the backend, and the other container is just running the MySQL, and we can do the networking between them. Why is it important? Because then you are actually isolating your app onto the database. So later on, if you want to change the database to from MySQL to PostgreSQL or Redis or anything, that is going to be smooth. So that is a big advantage, right? And yeah, as what we are doing so far in this application, that our code is not going to change in this one, because we knew that either it's going to be based on the environment variables. We were looking that do we need to save it in the SQLite or in MySQL. So the first thing we want to do is to create a network so that the two can communicate. So right now, if you look here, Docker network ls, we already have the to do app as a network, right? So if I want to remove it, I will say Docker remove network remove and the network ID, and it's been removed now. And if I want to create it, what I would do is like I will say Docker network create to do app, right? Gotcha. Now we want to make a container which has which is gonna basically has the MySQL in it, right? So for that you would say Docker run D is in the background as a daemon, right? Then we're gonna say network is gonna be the one which we just created to do app, right? Then we're gonna have an alias which is network alias. We're gonna name it MySQL. The reason we are using a network alias is because we don't want to deal with the IP addresses. All we need is gonna be that we're gonna be using this MySQL alias, and we're gonna be able, the other container will be able to see this MySQL database. Then we're gonna say -v in order to mount it, right? This time we're just gonna use the named volume, so that we're gonna name it to do MySQL data, and we're gonna give it a location var lib and MySQL. Okay, couple of other things. One thing is that we want to set up some environment variables for our database. One is known as the password. We're gonna call it MySQL, and then the root underscore password. For now, we're just gonna make the password equals to secret, and then we're gonna have another variable, an environment variable. We're gonna call it database, like the name of the database. So MySQL underscore database, and that would be equal to to-dos. That's the database we want to create. And in order to tell him which image to use, right? In order to tell him that, we're going to be saying MySQL 8.0. I think I already have done it in the past, so it may just, oh no, I deleted all the images, so it's gonna say unable to find it locally. So that's why it is actually gonna be downloading it from online, and then it's basically gonna make use of that downloaded image and make the container out of that. So while we wait for this one, this is an independent container. The only extra thing we did was first, one thing is like we set up the some environment variables, so that's how you do that in the command line, and in the next video we'll learn how we can do it in the Docker file. And then we also put it on a network, which is dash dash network, and the name of the network is to do app. Also, we want to tell that the network alias is MySQL, so that when we use the MySQL, we can actually use that, like the other Docker image can actually see this container and basically use this MySQL database for persistence. Okay, it's gonna take a few more seconds. Basically, after it is done, what I want to do is, just to confirm that everything ran well, I want to get into the MySQL database, and we'll see in a second how you can do that. And I wanted to see the databases, right? And then we will create our other application, and just for now I'm just gonna delete the current application running, right? So for that, you know that the Docker, actually it's done, so let's just, okay, just to confirm everything in the command line, that looks good. Just if you want to enter into this MySQL database, you will say Docker and then execute and then dash it and the name of that MySQL database ID, and MySQL is the name of the database, and dash p is using the password, and the password we said secret is the password, and we are in that. If you say show databases, you can see that to do is that. If you use that, you won't see any tables, right? No tables yet. To do items is, oh, we already have a table, and this is because this is already, yeah, this was because we are using the same I have done it in the past, so you can actually see that select everything from to do underscore items. Yeah, I already have that because I already worked on this database, so we have it now. Now the last thing we want to do is to create another uh, container, just like we did in the past, but this time the only difference is that we're gonna be telling uh, the username password to it, uh, and also the network. We want to define the network. Okay, not sure why I am here, but let's just actually let's just go a little bit back. Okay, good. So what did we do? So yeah, first of all, Docker container ls. Oh, we have three of them running. Yeah, we wanted to keep the MySQL. We don't want to have this one, right? It's already running on 3000, so I'm just gonna remove that. Docker uh, container, remove forcefully this one. This is nice. So we have just the MySQL and the getting started guide. Okay, so let's just go from the previous command. So last time when we created our this one, right? So we said docker run dp, and we told him the port numbers and then the app, right? And oops, and this one is nice, right? The only thing I wanted to add this time, one is the network, right? So in order to add the network, you will say network hyphen hyphen network, which is, we named it to do app. That is one thing. And then we had to declare a couple of variables here. One is the MySQL underscore host, which is MySQL, right? And the other one is the MySQL user underscore user, which is root. Then we've got MySQL password, which is secret. And then the last one is the DB MySQL underscore, the name of the DB is to do's, right? Yes. The rest is gonna stay the same. Didn't like it. Okay, docker run dp is good. This is good. Network. Oh, we should have said network and then to do app. This is good. This is good. I say good. Looking good. Try one more time. Okay, invalid reference format repository. Name must be lowercase. We had this. Network is to do app. Then the first environment variable is MySQL host, which is MySQL, which is MySQL. Then MySQL user is equal to root, and then MySQL password is equal to secret. MySQL DB is equal to to-dos. Node 18 is fine. Yarn. The rest is looking good. And in the beginning we have docker run dp. I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna copy paste it. Again, we're doing the same thing. There must be some typo in here, and it was successful. Docker container ls. We have that. Let's see if this works. We have it running on 3000, right? Yes. We are in this right directory, right? Yeah. And we did this. And surprisingly, it is running docker container ls. You localhost 3000. So the page isn't working, didn't send any data. Why would that be the case? Let's just do the logs here. So we had that docker logs f. This is the one which we are interested in. Waiting for the file changes before starting. That is MySQL cannot be found. Really? Okay. Okay. Again, docker container ls. Remove that. And docker container remove this with the fourth one. And then we got MySQL docker container remove f and this. So the first thing we wanted to do was here. I did use the network alias as MySQL and I should have recognized it, but for some reason it wasn't doing that, so there must be another type over there. So docker container ls, we have them again, and it is working now. Yes, so that is taking from the DB, and if you want to confirm that, like let's say if I wanted all of them equal to 1, you can see that I can log into the DB and you can see the persistence. If I want to log in using the execute command, no container, like that, the container name has been changed. It is this now. No, dash p is fine. The password was secret. Use to-dos. Show tables. Select everything from the to-do underscore items. So yes, just see that whenever I'm doing it over here, maybe I'm making all of them zeros again. I do that, oops, here all of them zeros, do it here and all of them become zeros too. So it is persisting. There was some typos when I was putting in the commands, but everything is working fine. I think that's all I wanted to cover in this video. In the last video, which is going to be the next one, we're just going to see how we can do all of it using a script and use compose in order to run them automatically and destroy everything what we created. So that's going to be a fun one. Thanks for watching. That's all I wanted to cover.